friends, today's class we are going to discuss voltage shunt feedback amplifiers, effect of input and output resistance. So this is the block diagram of such circuit. The basic trans resistance amplifier is going to work as a open loop amplifier. So this amplifier is now fit into the feedback system. So here we have the output, here it is the input. In the input side we have connected the current source. In the output side we have taken as a voltage as a sample. So this sample is fed back through the feedback network to the input side. So output side I am taking voltage as sample and the input side I am providing as a current. So that is a shunt type of mixing happens here. So this amplifier is called as a voltage shunt feedback amplifier. So voltage is the output taken, and in the input side we are mixing the feedback as a current element. It is in the structure of shunt. Okay, so hence it is called as a voltage shunt feedback amplifier. In the semester examinations they ask like the question, derive the expression for input and output resistance on voltage shunt feedback amplifier. For that we have to answer. So here I provide a simple steps to remind the answer, in your mind. So first of all, for this question we have to derive two expressions for two things. First one is input resistance with feedback, output resistance with feedback. So for input resistance feedback, first we have to draw the equivalent circuit. So here this column represents the derivation steps for input resistance. This column represents the steps for deriving the output resistance with feedback. So here for finding the input resistance with feedback, we have to perform the step 1, that is drawing the equivalent circuit. So input side we have a current source and output side we are taking voltage as sample. Hence we use the Norton's equivalent here and Thevenin's equivalent here. After drawing the equivalent circuit, the next step we have to apply the Kirchhoff's current law at input node. So the input node is this one. So this is considered as a input node A. So at the node, what is how the Kirchhoff's current law applies? From this we can find the source current Is. So this can be equation 1. In the step 3 we have to find the output voltage. So here we have V0. So we need to find V0. Then that expression should be substituted in the first equation. So that is step 4. So in step 4 what we have to do? Substitute the second equation in the first equation so that we can get the input resistance with feedback, that is equal to Vi by Is. So these 4 steps has to be carried out for finding the input resistance with feedback. Similarly we go for finding the output resistance with feedback. So here the output resistance with feedback, the same step we have to carry out. We have to redraw the equivalent circuit with some modifications. So what the modifications we do here is, the input source is left open, so hence Is becomes as 0. Similarly in the output side we remove the load resistance, then we calculate the output resistance with feedback, that is equal to V by I. So what is V? So V is a external test voltage applied for calculating the ROF. So the current passes through the resistance is I. So V by I is nothing but ROF. So after finding ROF, we attach the load resistance into account. Then we find the final ROF dash, that is output resistance with feedback, RL taking into account. Okay. So the second step, as usual, we have to apply the KVL at output side. So because we have the voltage source, so applying KVL at the output side, then we find the current I, test current I. So that will be the equation 1. In step 3 we have to find the input current II. So that will be equation 2. In the step 4 what we have to do? We have to substitute equation 2 in 1. Hence we find ROF is equal to V by I. So the one more step is there in finding the output resistance. We have to find ROF dash, that is called ROF dash means output resistance with feedback with with connecting load resistance RL into account. But now we start deriving the input resistance RIF. So for that, the steps we described is, first we have to draw the equivalent circuit. So the equivalent circuit is little bit including the input resistance RI, the output transfer voltage RM II, output resistance RO. So these all we have to include in this diagram. Similarly, in the IS part, the source part, we have to mention RIF is equal to VI by IS. So IF is nothing but beta. Beta is nothing but the gain of the feedback network into the sample voltage V0. So these are things we have to include in the diagram. Then we move to the step 2, applying KCL at node A. So this is node A. We apply KCL, hence we have IS is equal to II plus IF. That is expanded here, II plus beta V0, since IF is equal to beta V0. Okay, right. This can be equation 1. Next, we have to perform step 2. So this is step 3. So step 3 is nothing but finding the output voltage V0. So here we use the voltage divider rule. So voltage divider rule is applied at this point. Hence we get V0 is equal to RL by R0 plus RL into the source is nothing but RM II. Okay. So this is the expression obtained using voltage divider rule. Now what I am doing is, I am making this the entire expression as R capital M. To further simplification, I am making R capital M as this entire expression RL by R0 plus RL into R small m. So now it becomes as RM into II. This can be equation 2. Here we have to write RM is equal to this thing. R small m is nothing but open circuit trans resistance gain without feedback. R capital M is nothing but, this is also open circuit trans resistance gain without feedback, taking RL into account, taking RL load resistance into account. Now we substitute second equation in first equation, so that I can get IS is equal to II plus beta into the V0 is substituted by RM into II. So we have the common factor II, removing outside, I get 1 plus beta RM. So finally RIF is equal to VI by IS. VI we have to write directly. Instead of IS we use this expression, hence I get VI by IA into 1 plus beta RM. In the next step what we do, we know that VI by IA is nothing but RI. Okay, so here since I can write VI by IA can be written as RI. Okay, substituting from this I can give the conclusion that the input resistance with feedback, that is RIF, decreases by a factor of 1 plus beta into RM. Now we discuss the output resistance of voltage shunt feedback amplifier. For that, first we have to take the equivalent circuit. So this is the equivalent circuit used for analysis of input resistance. In this diagram, I am going to make some modifications. What is this is, I am going to open the source input, that is 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 equal to 0. Then in the output side, I disconnect the RL load resistance, and we apply some test voltage here. So from the test voltage I flow some current. By flowing the current I can find out the output resistance with feedback, ROF is equal to V by I. After finding this, I connect this RL with this circuit. Finally I found R dash OF. In output resistance derivation part, we move to the step 2. Step 2, what we do, we take Kirchhoff's voltage law in the output side. Okay, I start from here, plus RM II plus R0 plus I. The I current flows through this. So we have I R0. So I R0 minus V. So it ends with minus V is equal to 0. In step 2, finding the output resistance. In step 2, we perform Kirchhoff's voltage law at output side. Hence, I get RM II plus I R0. I start from here, RM II, so plus I R0, then minus V is equal to 0. So I need here I, so I keep I here, remaining portions I am moving to the right side. That will be equation 1. In the next third step, I have to find the input current. So the input current usually IA is the input current. So that is available from the IS minus IF. Okay, IS minus IF. Since IS is equal to 0 here, I get minus IF. So what is IF? IF is nothing but beta V naught, but we have disconnected the output load resistance, but we have the voltage as V, capital V. So I equate minus beta into V. So that is equation 2. The final step is substituting equation 2 in 1. So after substituting, I am getting these expressions, so that is solved, and finally I get ROF is equal to V by V is already here, I is here, so I bring I here so that I can get R naught by 1 plus Rm beta. So here the m is nothing but small m. Okay, don't confuse with this. So this is small m. So finally I come to the conclusion that output resistance ROF with feedback decreases by a factor 1 plus Rm beta. Okay. So in this voltage and feedback amplifier, both the input resistance as well as the output resistance decreases by a factor of 1 plus Rm beta. Next we move to the finding ROF dash. So what is ROF dash? ROF dash is equal to ROF parallel to RL. So it is disconnected earlier. Now for calculating ROF dash, we have to attach this circuit to this one. So hence I remove all these things. So the effective output resistance is nothing but ROF. The ROF is nothing parallel to ROF is parallel to RL. Hence we say ROF dash is equal to ROF parallel to RL. So the parallel combination now expanded here, ROF RL by ROF plus RL. Then we place the value of ROF. ROF already we have found as R naught by 1 plus beta Rm. The RL is already available here. Similarly, in denominator also I am substituting ROF value as RO by 1 plus beta Rm. So taking LCM and cancelling, finally I get RO RL by RO plus RL plus Rm beta RL. Now what I do is dividing the numerator as well as the denominator by R naught plus RL for simplification. Okay, hence in numerator I am dividing by R naught by RL, and denominator I divide. So here already I have R naught plus RL, so when we divide I get 1 plus beta Rm RL by R naught plus RL. Now what I do is I take the entire term R naught RL by R naught plus RL, the entire term I replace with R naught dash, a new output resistance, divided by 1 plus beta Rm. So here you see it is a capital M. Already we have derived in the input resistance that Rm is nothing but R small m into RL by R naught plus RL. Okay, so this is the final expression of output resistance with feedback taking RL into account. Thank you for watching.